Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hacker Age Raven. I'm here with my recap and review of Boruto Naruto Next Generation's anime, episode number 224, which is titled The Legend of the Monster Cat. So, this episode is basically about Iwabe's battle with Wasabi. It was a nice little battle, if you can even call it a battle. Like, it wasn't a battle. Who are we kidding? But yeah, let's get to it. So the episode opens up with Wasabi and Iwabe getting ready for their upcoming match. I think they have like 15 or 20 minutes before the match begins, and we get to see Iwabe hyping himself up. Iwabe is like, you know what? My goal is to become the Hokage. So if I become a Chunin, then I'm basically Hokage too. And this is where Metal and Tenki are trying to support Iwabe, and Metal is like, you're just a Chunin. How are you saying that you're becoming a Hokage? And Tenki is like, Metal, let him say all of that. He's hyping himself up so that he can gain confidence. For his upcoming match. So just let him be. Iwabe is like, yep, I'm going to become a Hokage. I'm going to become a Hokage. And I'm like, I don't think so. But yeah. Then we cut to Wasabi, and Wasabi over the course of the anime, we have seen that Wasabi is a character that has a whole lot of confidence. However, due to her upcoming match, she is feeling a whole lot of pressure, and Nameda notices it. Subaki notices it as well, and Nameda is like, Wasabi, why are you so low energy? I thought you would be like, yeah, I'm going to win, I'm going to battle, and all of that stuff. Where has all of that energy gone? And yeah, Wasabi is like, you guys won't understand. I'm just under a whole lot of pressure, and this is where Wasabi's family decides to come into the locker room. There's her dad, her mom, her grandmother, and they're like, Wasabi, you'll win, yeah. So basically, the episode is basically trying to say that Wasabi is feeling a whole lot of pressure because due to her family, because apparently, due to the clan that Wasabi belongs to, there hasn't been a whole lot of very good ninjas from that clan. According to Wasabi, uh, people from her clan do become Chunin, but they end up becoming Chunin in an adult stage, and apparently there hasn't been a single Jonin from her clan. And the fact that Wasabi at such a young age has been able to make it so far into the Chunin exams, her family and the rest of the clan have a whole lot of expectations from her. So yeah, I think that what Wasabi is going through, a whole lot of people can relate, especially when it comes to your family's expectations and what they want you to become in life, and how basically they are basically trying to tell you what to do, and it goes against what you want to accomplish in life. So yeah, the grandmother is like, you can do this, Wasabi. And yeah, Wasabi doesn't want to fail. Not only does she want to fail because of herself, she also doesn't want to fail her parents and her family and her clan. And this is where Wasabi's grandmother is like, Wasabi, you didn't bring this along. You left it at home. So it's basically a scroll, and this is where we get to learn from Wasabi's grandmother that apparently the clan that Wasabi belongs to, that clan has a secret jutsu where they can call upon the power of a legendary cat, and that legendary cat engulfs a person's aura, and in order to protect them and give them a whole lot of power. However, no one from the clan has ever been able to accomplish such a feat, and Wasabi is like, you know what, I'm not even sure if it's actually real, if such a jutsu even exists. Maybe my grandmother just thought of it or dreamt of it, just because she wanted someone to bring honor to the clan and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's time for Wasabi's match to occur, and the parents are like, okay, Wasabi, we'll leave you to it. And I really liked a line from Wasabi's mom where she was like, you know what, Wasabi, the fact that you were able to make it to the final round of the Chunin exams, you're basically a Chunin already. So yeah, the family leaves, and you can see that Wasabi is really feeling all of the pressure. She's basically on the ground. It's a whole lot of emotions that she's trying to deal with right now. And I felt for her. I felt for her. Again, as I've said, that I think a whole lot of people can relate to what Wasabi is going through, because unfortunately, due to certain pressure from family and what they want you to do, there have been cases in the academic department, from what I know in the academic world, where people do end up taking their own lives because they can't handle the pressure that has been put on them and all of that stuff. So I can kind of, I feel sorry for Wasabi. And yeah, this is where Wasabi tells Subaki and Nameda about what she's going through. And again, as I've already told you guys before, about how no one from her clan has ever become a Jonin. And Nameda is like, you know what, Wasabi, My clan is kind of like that too, because Subaki can't really believe that no one from both clans have ever given us very capable ninjas. So yeah, it's time for Wasabi's match with Iwabe to occur, and Iwabe, and yeah, as the match occurs, even Iwabe notices the low energy that Wasabi is giving off, and that kind of confuses Iwabe. Iwabe's like, okay, so where's your high energy? What's up, Wasabi? What's wrong? And Wasabi is like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. And Iwabe is like, you aren't going to do this to me. I'm going to make you feel it. I'm going to make you show your energy. And this is where Iwabe goes in with an attack, a mountain earth style attack where he's trying to crush Wasabi. And yeah, Wasabi is able to dodge the attack. She ends up taking out the scroll. She ends up using the beast cloak, and she goes into attack Iwabe, and she's like meow 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 with every attack. And Iwabe is able to block all of Wasabi's attacks. And while that's happening, Wasabi's parents are cheering her on, basically telling her to beat Iwabe so that she can become Hokage. And yeah, Shinki and his two teammates arrive to watch the match as well. And Salad is like, wait, what are you guys doing here? And Shinki is like, my dad told us to go and watch the match so that we can know about the tune-in, about who will become the tune-in from the Hidden Leaf Village. And Salad is like, Salad and Jojo are like, you guys already tune in, right? And yeah, Shinki's teammates are like, yeah, that happened a long time ago. You guys are just slow. And that gets to Salad. So so we know that Shinki and his team are already tuned in, so good for them. And Chocho is like, hey Shinki, you're wondering about Boruto, right? And Shinki doesn't necessarily answer because he really wants to meet up with Boruto, and I guess Shinki wants to see how strong Boruto has become. And before they take their place behind Chocho and Salad, Shinki also notices Kawaki. Kawaki doesn't notice Shinki. And I wouldn't mind an interaction between Kawaki and Shinki. Heck, I wouldn't even mind these two fighting it out. I want to see how Shinki would fare against someone with not necessarily the karma mark, because Kawaki doesn't have the karma mark anymore, but basically against someone who has been scientifically enhanced. I would like to see that. So the battle is occurring between Iwabe and Wasabi, and Iwabe listens to Wasabi's parents cheering her on to become the Hokage, and Iwabe is like, wait. You want to become the Hokage? That's my goal. I won't let you take my goal away from me. And Wasabi is like, you know what, Iwabe? Just ignore what my family is saying, because basically I don't even want to become a Hokage, so you don't necessarily have to worry about anything. I'm not into becoming a Hokage. That's just something that they want me to do. And Iwabe doesn't buy it. Iwabe is like, you're trying to confuse me. You're someone who wants to become the Hokage, and I won't let you become the Hokage. It's just not possible. And this is where these two stop fighting, and they end up getting into a verbal spat where, yeah, Wasabi ends up giving Iwabe a couple of reality checks. And I have to say, considering how things have worked out in the Boruto anime and in the Naruto anime, and how I think they'll work out in the Boruto anime, I think that Wasabi had a whole lot of points, because Wasabi is like, Iwabe, I understand that you want to become the Hokage, but that's not going to happen for you, because we aren't from famous families or clans. And basically what Wasabi is saying is that they aren't genetically gifted enough to become the Hokage, because in a world that has Salad Uchiha, Boruto Uzumaki, and other powerful ninjas, like Iwabe and Wasabi don't even count when it comes to considering who might end up becoming a Hokage. And Iwabe, and all of that gets to Iwabe. Iwabe is like, no. You can't take my dream away from me. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to become the Hokage. And I'm like, Iwabe, that's not how it works. Working hard doesn't mean that you can get to become the Hokage. It's just not that simple. Because again, remember back in the Naruto days, Kiba wanted to become the Hokage. A whole lot of people wanted to become the Hokage, but that didn't happen for them. And I highly doubt that Iwabe or Wasabi are going to become the Hokage in the Boruto franchise. And as these two are fighting, Wasabi's mom is covering her grandmother's ears because she doesn't want to hear. She doesn't want the grandmother to hear about how Wasabi doesn't want to become a Hokage, and how it's basically impossible for someone like her to become a Hokage. And yeah, it was a nice little moment, because I didn't want the granny to get involved in all of the drama. So yeah, Iwabe is like, no, and Konomaru is like, guys, you have to continue fighting. And Iwabe is like, yeah, I don't believe it, Wasabi. I don't believe what you're saying is something that you also believe in. And again, I won't let you take my dream away from me. And as Wasabi jumps away from Iwabe, her scroll that the grandmother gave her, it drops to the ground, and Iwabe is like, what's that? And this is where Wasabi tells Iwabe about the scroll from her clan that can unleash a monster cat in order to make the user more powerful. And Wasabi is like, but I don't believe in on any of that, because I do think that my grandmother just dreamt of it. And we get a flashback where Wasabi's grandmother tells Wasabi about the monstrous cat, about how it's big as a tree, and then as time moves on, the tree ends up transforming into, I think, a huge building, and then that ends up transforming into a huge mountain. So yeah, over the years, Wasabi has realized that, you know what, maybe her grandmother just made up that monster cat jutsu thing, that it's not real. And Wasabi is like, but maybe it's real. You won't know until you try. And Wasabi is like, yeah, even if I try, I know my limits. I just won't be able to. I'm just not special enough to unlock such a jutsu. And Wasabi is very, very disheartened and angry and annoyed at Wasabi because she's basically giving up in front of him. And Wasabi is like, okay, Wasabi, what the heck is wrong with you? Because you don't believe in something, you also want me not to believe in something. I won't allow that. And this is where Wasabi is like, okay, so maybe you'll start believing in yourself if a giant mountain cat does end up appearing in front of you. And using his earth style jutsu, Iwabi starts beating the ground with the hammer, and with each hit, this mountain structure, sculpture ends up coming out of the earth. And I'm like, okay, Iwabi, so you're quite proficient when it comes to earth style, because he is able to mold the earth style into a giant cat, a very very large cat. And the spectators are quite amused because again they're like, okay, so this isn't necessarily them fighting, right? Shouldn't this be a battle? So yeah, we have a giant cat in front of Wasabi, and Wasabi is like, okay, what now? So I gave you the giant mountain cat in front of you, I was able to do that for you, right? So do you believe it? Basically Wasabi is telling Wasabi to believe in something even if it's a bit silly. And because as far as Wasabi is concerned, he can't continue in his life if he doesn't have something to dream about. He has a goal of becoming a Hokage because it gives him direction, it gives him the motivation to become a good shinobi. And Wasabi is like, I get that, Iwabe, I want to become a good shinobi, an amazing shinobi, but I don't see myself becoming the Hokage. But yeah, Iwabe, because he ended up creating this giant cat, he ended up depleting a whole lot of chakra, and he's like, he's very very tired. You can see that he's struggling to even stand up, and he picks up this Wasabi scroll, and he throws it at Wasabi. He's like, okay, Wasabi, now it's your turn. You won't know if you can unleash the cat jutsu until you try, right? But before he can like basically fully throw it towards Wasabi, he just drops to the ground, exhausted. The scroll is quite near her, and Wasabi is like, uh-oh, Iwabe. And while that's happening, the head of the cat ends up breaking and it's falling towards Iwabe, and Wasabi is saying, not on my watch. So Wasabi rushes towards Iwabe to protect him, and this is where she is like, okay, I guess it's now or never. So she ends up using the scroll, and yeah, this is where Wasabi is able to unlock the monstrous cat jutsu, and we get to see Wasabi being shrouded in this giant cat form made of chakra, a very very feral cat, which I guess will end up being even more gigantic as Wasabi continues to improve herself. And she is able to, with a slash of her claws, she is able to destroy the head of the cat that's falling towards Iwabe, and she ends up saving Iwabe's life. And it's an impressive moment. I liked how Wasabi leveled up, even though it wasn't a proper fight. It's still good to see her leveling up, because we know that Namida has a very powerful jutsu too if she ends up screaming. So yeah, Wasabi has this cat-like Susanoo. Like, I get that it's not an actual Susanoo, but you get what I mean, right? Basically shrouding herself in this chakra jutsu, which does end up giving her a whole lot of strength, protection, and also speed. So yeah, she's able to save Iwabe, and Konamaru is like, and she's like, Iwabe, get up. We still have to continue fighting. And Konamaru's like, nope, you're the winner, Wasabi. You're the winner of this match. And Wasabi's like, but that's not fair. I need to properly fight with Iwabe. And Konamaru is like, he ended up depleting a whole of the chakra in order to create that cat mountain. So he wouldn't be getting up for a few days. So yeah, Wasabi ends up winning, which, okay, I mean, when it comes to becoming a tune-in, I guess trying to protect Iwabe counts, but the fact that Wasabi ended up becoming a tune-in makes no sense to me. And again, it links back to the rules of this final match about how Naruto is like, you just have to win this match in order to be promoted to tune-in. And I'm like, that makes no sense, because again, back in the Naruto days, even if you ended up losing a match, if you showed skills that were required of a tune-in, you could still end up becoming a tune-in, and winning a match didn't necessarily mean that you would be promoted to tune-in. So even though I'm happy that Wasabi got a level up or a power up, I still don't think that Wasabi has it in her to become a tune-in. But it is what it is. I guess Naruto just wants new tune-in for the Hidden Leaf Village. So yeah, Wasabi ends up winning, and even Subaki is like, I guess what matters is the end result, huh? So yeah, basically everyone knows that this wasn't necessarily a proper match. And yeah, even Wasabi realizes that. Wasabi is like, Wasabi, I need you to get up. I need you to get up to fight with me. You can't just give up on your goal to become Hokage. And Wasabi is like, I'm not giving up I'm not giving up on any of my goals. I'm just too tired to do anything. So yeah, Naruto is like, okay, so that match happened, and Shikamaru is like, you know what, Naruto, the interactions between Wasabi and Iwabe, it reminded me of you and Kiba from back in the day. And Naruto is like, really, it did. And again, as I said, Kiba didn't become a Hokage because again, Wasabi was right about a thing, about a certain thing, that when you look at what has been happening in Naruto and what has been happening in Boruto, if you aren't from a special clan or if you aren't genetically gifted enough, yeah, things are going to be very, very tough for you. As far as Mitsuki and Bruto are concerned, they're still in pursuit of that mysterious group that apparently took Amado away, kidnapped Amado, and I'm like, how the heck did Amado even get kidnapped? How did that happen? I'm not really sure. Like Amado has been kidnapped, and not a single alarm ended up going on off in the Hidden Leaf Village. How's that possible? So anyway, they tracked back, and they are at this location where Mitsuki and Bruto like, yeah, I guess the people are here because this was the only place where the train must have been slow enough for them to disembark. And Mitsuki is like, okay, I'll check around. So he ends up sending one of his snakes, and yeah, they have confirmation that Amado and the mysterious group is here. So they go and check things out. And again, I'm not really, yeah, I guess both of them will be late for the tuning exams, and they will be disqualified. And the episode ends with Konamaru picking up two more scrolls, and yeah, it's time for Salad and Chocho to fight. And and the next episode is basically going to be a fight between two best friends, and I'm looking forward to it. I highly doubt. I highly doubt that Jojo is going to end up winning against Salad, and I really think that we're going to see Salad get her third Tomoe Sharingan. Who knows? Now, again, if you go by the previous rules, maybe even if Jojo loses, maybe, just maybe, she might end up showcasing skills enough that help promote her to tune in. But yeah, time will tell. Anyway, I guess I will be doing a written review of this for the Geekery. If I do, the link to my review will be down in the comment section below as soon as the review goes up or is published on the website. Let me know what you thought of the episode. It was okay. It was an episode. Let's just say that. It wasn't a proper fight, basically, but it was an episode, and I'm just glad that Wasabi ended up getting a level up. And it's a very powerful level up or a powerful improvement in her skills if you really think about it. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.